Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Sid's Blue Sky Farm. Well, it's time again to get on the tractor and start mowing. We got to get these pastures knocked out in the next day or so. We're behind with all the rain and, of course, the work on the pond cabin. So not a lot of time to talk today. We got to fuel it, grease it, maybe adjust the top link a little bit and start mowing. Let's get at it. These things get heavier every time I touch them. So far today, we're off to a good start. We've got the front two pastures mowed. Tractor's performing great. Blowing out that radiator, I think, helped a little bit with the temperatures. They didn't get too high, but they were elevated. And I probably need to add a little bit more concentrated coolant. We'll do that later on. The other thing that we accomplished this morning, we picked all the tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes are just exploding in the lower garden. So we got those picked. Cucumbers, squash, beans, and a few tomatoes that are starting to come in. But right now we're going to go jump on the back side of the house, and I'm going to cut it so that I don't have quite as much uphill for this tractor. In other words, just down and back uphill. I'm going to try to make a little bit of a circle so the climb is a little bit less. It's not going to cut itself. Let's go get started. Looks like we have some tomatoes. We have watermelons everywhere. Good sandwich tomato, maybe. Take two of these. Nope. Actually, a pretty good crop for the first picking here on the tomatoes. I think they'll get better. If we can just keep getting some water on them, they'll be fine. Nice eggplant. I'm going to leave those last few tomato vines over there. We've got plenty, but there's no need in digging them up. They're still producing. Going to grab the tractor and the bush hog, clean this field up, and then turn it with the tiller and get started on a replant down here in the far away vegetable garden. No corn here this year, just vegetables, and they've done just fine. Let's go get the tractor. And we'll come down here and plant a few more late vegetables. And we may even give a late field corn crop a shot. Since nothing came up the first time, why don't we just try it again? Clear, 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 clear. Well, that was by far the smoothest implement transfer I've ever done with that old tractor. Tiller went on and came off just right. The bush hog came on and came off and went right back on with no trouble at all. It's always good to have a heavy pry bar when you're trying to make those changes. But this morning we got the garden tilled up after we bush hogged it. Now we can go down there and replant the late vegetables we want to put in. And the bush hog is set in case we need to start on that, and we will. But it's been a very successful morning, so we'll get the forks on the tractor later on and pick up some of this brush that's been down from the storm. I just have been putting that off, and it's time to get that collected today and put on the burn pile. So we'll get that started in just a little while. Well, I can't think of a better time to call it quits, call it a wrap for today. I might have mentioned this, but it is really hot. We're in the mid 90s, humidity's way up. And yes, this is my second shirt for today. So I think it's time to go get in the pool, cool off a little bit. Hope you enjoyed the video. We got a lot of stuff done today. We'll get back at it tomorrow and finish up those limbs. We've got a few other things to take down to the cabin by the pond. You guys have a great rest of the weekend. We'll see you again soon.